Hi, I'm Chris Martirano here with American Music and Sound and our good friends at Full Compass. It's my pleasure today to show you the new Nord Lead 4 performance synthesizer. Before I start, I'm going to loosen my jacket, loosen my tie. I'm going to get ready to show you some really cool stuff here. On the Nord Lead 4, it is now their lead synthesizer. Any of you familiar with the Nord Lead 2X, you'll love the Lead 4. They've added to it lots of cool new features. If you know anything about the instrument from the 2X, you'll know that they're extremely revered in the market for great sound. The analog emulation is amazing. They have great filters. In fact, to the filter sections, they've added new filters called ladder filters. Some of them emulate the TB series from a famous Japanese company. They've added lots of new effects like crush and compression and drive and formant filters. They've added a lot of different features, but I'm going to show them rather than just talk about them. It's a 20-voice polyphonic instrument. There are separate outputs in the back, one for each of the 4 synthesizers. And we'll just dig in. We'll start with a single program and listen to what we can do. So right now, we'll just hear a basic analog program. Now me, I like to turn and tweak. You've got every parameter you want to adjust right on the front panel. It's really great, no menu hunting, and you'll see in a little while how we just can massage and make things happen on the fly. I'm going to show you a cool new feature they call the mutator. This allows me to hit one button and get some changes to the patch that I have without really turning a lot of controls. So here I'll just execute and we'll hear the original. Here's a permutation. It's giving me an out-of-tune second oscillator. If I hit the same button again, I'm just exploring one mode. This is called the A mode, and they break them down for you on the front panel. You have variation processes, mutation processes, and then there are strengths, how much you can randomize the parameters. So you could spend hours just hitting the same button and finding new sounds, and then saving the ones that you like, or tweak from there if you will. That's the mutator function. Very, very cool stuff. They also have some new things going on in the area of the arpeggiator, which now you can sync the arpeggiator to a master clock. You can sync the LFOs to a master clock, and you can sync your delay to a master clock. So let's just listen to what you might be able to do with that. I'm going to turn on the arpeggiator and sync it to the master clock. I'm going to turn on an LFO. I'll sync that to a master clock, and we'll play with these in real time. And then I'm going to have a delay also set. So right now, I'll sync this to a master clock as well, and we'll hear what's going on. So I'll start with a very simple groove. I'll make a short decay. So we can hear a very simple arpeggiated pattern. Now I can say I want to introduce the delay. So the delay is giving me a different randomized pattern, but in time. If I add an LFO now to the filter, I'll make that yet a different division. It's very cool. You get all this automation going on very, very quickly. In their program mode, you have 4 banks. Each bank has 99 programs in them. You can select any one of the 4 synthesizers or all 4 in combination. So right now, I'm just using one synthesizer A, and basically we were listening to one oscillator in unison mode. If I start to add in the other synthesizers, I can change them and make different programs. So I'll pick something like this, something like this, and maybe something. So now if I combine all 4 of them, get the idea. You can build some really crazy big performances very quickly. They added a very cool new feature as well, and this one is called chord memory. So if I just hold this button called chord memory, it's going to let me play a series of notes, and then it will set that as a chord. So I play one key. Again, this makes one synthesizer voice very fat. You can stack fifths and octaves and get a very fat sound on a single note. Very, very cool stuff. I'm showing pretty much the new features. The morphing features that they added, they now have 3 morph buttons that you can adjust in real time. And there's 7 different positions by combination that you hit these morphing buttons. And I'll just show you what you can do. You can assign anything you want. At this point, I might want to change the filter. So I'll have the filter open, and I might want to close it from this button and add a little more resonance. So I have a sound. I'll open the filter a little more when I use the button. I'm also morphing a little bit of the glide parameter. So any of the controls can be morphed in real time, and again, I have these buttons that can be assigned and used in combination. Maybe on button 2 I want to add a lot of LFO, so I'll increase my LFO rate and my speed. So maybe I'll slow the speed down a little bit. I can get an awful lot of crazy effects. So now when I hold a note, so to be a person who loves to massage sound, get creative stuff, great parameter in all of this morph real time. On the wheel, anything I want to do from the wheel, I just hold a wheel button, move the parameter, and I can change dramatically what the sound is doing. So I've just morphed some of my envelope settings. So you get an idea of kind of the power. I'm going to start to combine this all together. They now added FM, 3 different operator versions of FM. You get some really grungy stuff. I love this instrument. It's just so me. If we look at the effects, they have these talk filters that are very cool. Formant filters, essentially. Here's a different version. They've even included 128 wavetables, which are really, really cool. You just go to oscillator 1, wave, and they've broken them into categories: analog, bells, classic, digital, electric, formants, organs, and pianos. These are not samples, but these are waveforms that can give you a direction towards creating instruments of that nature. They sound wonderful. I'll just let you hear some of the raw. You can hear a lot of timbral change there. Let's see what happens when you put it all together. They have these performances. I'll select a performance, and we'll listen to a few of them. If I solo out individuals, I can listen to them. Kind of pseudo hi-hat, kick drum, bass pattern. You'll notice you're hearing a pattern right now. The LFOs can now have patterns besides a standard waveform, and the arpeggiations can have patterns. And they've broken them down into elementary, straight, groove, backbeat, odd meter, and fills. A lot of stuff going on under here. And for those keyboardists who are like me, whose studio is full of keyboards and you don't have a lot of room, they make a rack version, the Nord Lead 4R. Same exact feature set, Same cool live front panel. You have all the same control. Even on the rear, they give you pedal inputs. So you get a pedal input for a control pedal and a sustain pedal, which is really cool. Not a lot of people will take advantage of it, but those who don't want to send those controls over MIDI, they'll love the fact that they provided them. You're definitely going to want to check one of these out. Make sure you get in touch with one of your sales reps at Full Compass or go to fullcompass.com. I'm Chris Martirano. Thanks so much for watching. You're going to love this instrument.